All right, thanks, James, for all those insights. Ladies and gentlemen, now we turn our attention to Mr. Alex Melikhov, who is the founder and CEO of Equilibrium, the reason we're all here today. Alex is going to talk about DeFi 2.0 with high leverage on Polkadot. Take it away, Alex.
Thanks, Dylan. Hi, guys. Once again, I've been on this stage today a couple of times already. Just a few words about my background. I'm engineering applied mathematics by trading. I'm in crypto since 2016 full time, and our team is working together for quite a while since 2017. We've been building on different blockchain networks. So from this perspective, we're considering ourselves as blockchain agnostic. And it was quite logical for us to make a transition to Polkadot, because right now we're bringing our dream of interoperability in the reality by building Equilibrium. And Equilibrium is essentially the one-stop DeFi platform, which allows for high leverage. And actually, high leverage is something that I will be talking in the course of my presentation. We think that it's the key value proposition that our platform brings into the markets. And that was become possible thanks to quite a bunch of financial engineering on the background that we have applied on the platform. And I will share more details in a few minutes. So just quick overview of milestones that we have achieved so far. So first of all, we have got 2 grants from the Web3 Foundation, which obviously means some sort of recognition for the project in this sense. We also have raised over $8 million in few community events and one private round for strategic investors. We also have some traction for our product line already. First of all, we have the test network running on Kusama, and the TVL on this test network is hovering above $8 million. This purely organic, so we have never engaged with professional liquidity providers so far. And this is coming, this actually TVL, this funds is coming from the side of purely retail investors. So you can imagine how many of them are actually using the platform. We also have the Ax.Dot functionality launched, as like I believe most of the audience might know, because the Ax.Dot is the sort of the liquid staking mechanism, which allows for dots staked in the crowd loans for 2 years being liquid. So it's kind of the asset which unlocks liquidity of your dots staked for this long period of time. So we have collected over 1 million dots so far, staked for various parachain projects. And actually, these amounts of dots, of Ax.Dots, will become the initial liquidity on the Polkadot parachain eventually. So we also have quite wide user base. We have over 32,000 subscribers to our newsletters and over 5,000 existing Q token holders so far. We are backed by the most influential funds in the ecosystem, including Tier 1, Signum Capital, FBG, Genesis Block Ventures, CMS Holdings, and many others, and DFG, by the way, as well. So we actually have got this lot on Polkadot just recently, being one of almost 14 projects onboarded so far. That helps us to enable, first of all, the shared security on our parachain and unblock the block validation on our parachain. And also it will help us to get the free access to computing power of Polkadot, achieve composability with major ecosystem projects and bridges, which makes a lot of sense. And that actually makes us also candidates for capital deployment in terms of the Polkadot liquidity program. So on the right-hand side, you can see the roadmap for our parachain deployments. Specifically, right now, we're undergoing the cybersecurity audit. In May, we're planning to conduct the liquidity bootstrap event. And the full-scale production launch is planned for June. So what exactly sets Equilibrium apart and makes us the protocol of so-called DeFi 2.0? So first of all, for DeFi 0.10, we have we actually see the obvious hurdles. Like first of all, the collateralization requirements are really high and sometimes really overwhelming. Specifically, regular users, they need to pledge at least $200 to borrow just 100. We are solving that by applying the lowest collateral requirements across all the lending protocols in the space. Liquidations in DeFi 1.0 is also quite risky, meaning that almost 90% of assets locked in lending protocols on Ethereum specifically are subject to potential auctions. And you can imagine what can happen if all this bunch of liquidity will influx the markets and there might be not enough demand for buying out these liquidated assets even at discounted prices. So another hurdle that we foresee is a complicated user experience, and it's kind of congested because borrowers, they actually cannot utilize their loans right in lending protocols where they borrow them. And you never borrow just for borrowing, right? So like most of the use cases for borrowing are somehow related with trading. And actually, we are solving that by introducing the all-in-one platform. And maybe the fourth, one of the most important hurdles is the fragmentation of DeFi liquidity across multiple blockchain apps through interoperability delivered by the underlying platform of Polkadot. We're solving this problem as well. So on the right-hand side, you can see our advanced features of our platform. So first of all, it's the risk-based pricing, meaning that borrowers can affect interest on their loans by adjusting collateralization, whether providing more collateral, providing less volatile collateral, for example. And the fact that borrowers can actually affect, like practically affect this interest, it differentiates Equilibrium from other lending platforms significantly, right? Because in regular lending platforms like, per se, Compound or Aave, you don't have any opportunity to set interest for your loan. Another cool feature is true collateral baskets, meaning that we're actually considering the diversified portfolios of assets provided by users as collateral, and that helps users to manage their risk more efficiently. So another cool feature is the bailout functionality, which means that all loans in the system are secured by specific counterparties called bailsmen in advance of adverse markets. And this makes system extremely resilient in case of adverse markets and some market turmoils. And we are cross-chain enabled. I already mentioned that. And this is provided by integration with Polkadot stuff. So here's the quick overview of our product line. First of all, we have the money markets in place, which enables pooled lending with the lowest collateral requirements ever. The critical collateralization of the money markets is just 105%. Another cool, advanced feature of the money markets is the programmatic interest rate. I already mentioned that. The interest rate is based on risk assessment. So the second core component of our system is the order book-based DEX, which includes the spot markets and perpetual market functionality. So we allow for margin trading with high leverage. The leverage on the spot market is up to 20x, and the leverage on the perpetual market is up to 100x. We are enabling the functionality of portfolio imagining, which is derived from the traditional mainstream finance. For professional market makers, we're providing the full-scale API integrations, and also we have market making tools for liquidity providers so that they can expect DeFi-like incomes without doing anything additionally, working with our decentralized exchange. So also, like the third components, which makes sense, is the tool set of synthetic assets, which includes the decentralized collateral, digital collateral backed EQD stablecoin. which is used as a mean of quotation for our decentralized exchange, and also the XDOT wrapper, which helps users to unlock liquidity of their dots locked in private vaults. So here's how Equilibrium is compared to other platforms, specifically both money markets and order book-based DAX enables cross-chain interoperability, which makes us quite different compared to our contenders. Also, as you can see, the collateral requirements and margin requirements of Equilibrium are significantly lower than respective parameters on the competing platforms. And there's a bunch of other cool things that also differentiates us from our contenders. You can see it here on this slide. So here's the quick overview of the markets that we're targeting. We're operating at the nexus of the most dynamic DeFi segments, respectively lending protocols, derivative markets, and spot markets. So the overall TVL and these segments actually amounts to impressive $154 billion, and the full potential of these segments have never been reached yet. So here I just wanted to summarize how we're building this DeFi 2.0 platform, which specific sort of improvements you can expect. First of all, we are introducing more liquidity by building things cross-chain compared to standalone chain applications. We are providing better user experience by introducing all sustained DeFi use cases on one platform. We're obviously providing more flexibility by setting lower collateral requirements compared to heavier over-collateralization in DeFi 1.0 applications. We are actually introducing less risks by accepting baskets of collateral in the platform. We're applying fair costs by enabling the risk-based pricing in the system. And at the end of the day, Equilibrium is more sustainable compared to its contenders because of system-wide insurance, which is opposed to auctioning in liquidations. So in terms of our roadmap, I actually wanted to say that we have accomplished quite a lot of things so far. So I already mentioned 2 grants by the Web3 Foundation that we have got. We also have collaborated with the Curve Finance protocol on building the runtime substrate version of their technology. We have secured slots both on the Kusama and Polkadot networks. We have already rolled out our money market on Kusama. By the way, you guys can try it out there right away. We have launched the XDOT functionality, and we have got the initial sort of TVL for our Polkadot deployments amounting to $1 million almost. So the further plans for us is obviously migrating to the Polkadot Parity chain, launching our core functionality there. So it will start, as I said, with the liquidity bootstrap event in May. Then in June, we're expecting to roll out the functionality of the money markets and decentralized exchange. So in the second half of the year, we're expecting to launch the perpetual markets. And we're also expecting more XM integration by that time. And in the beginning of the next year, we will be enabling the full democracy on our Parity chain. So also we have obviously the utility token within the system called EQ, which enables the key features. The key features of the token is obviously the platform currency functionality, meaning that users are paying fees for operations on the Equilibrium Parity chain for using its product line. We also allow user holders to have a say in the system changes. EQ also has certain staking opportunities, so EQ holders can receive rewards on their token staked in the governance of the platform. And what's maybe the most special about that Equilibrium tokens can be used as a bailout liquidity, and actually these liquidity providers who stake EQ tokens in the bailout pool can expect yields on their tokens by securing loans in the system. And also they can use EQ tokens as collateral to take out loans against that. So what's maybe also remarkable regarding our further plans that I also wanted to share with you, we have partnered with the Republic platform, and respectively, everyone who attended Polka Defiance can expect like some special offer from us in sense of this sort of partnership. So we will reach out to you guys after the event. So actually, we are super excited in building this future of DeFi, so enabling some features that has never been built in other chains. And actually, the technical advantages of Polkadot allow us for building certain features, like respectively, the bailout functionality, which cannot be implemented on heterogeneous chains. We're obviously utilizing the technical specifics of Polkadot for this purpose. Like specifically, we're using the off-chain worker functionality quite often in our developments. We have also quite advanced system of oracles for feeding prices to our products, which is maybe one of the most sort of comprehensive and stable compared to the traditional DeFi products that we have on other chains like Ethereum and others. And obviously, we're super excited to leverage all these advantages of building on substrate, which gives us significant flexibility. I've been also covering that in my talk during the previous Polka Decoded. So yeah, I mean, we're excited to revolutionize this space, to deliver a bunch of functionality to our users and bring certain value to the Polkadot ecosystem at the end of the day. So here on this slide, you can see my contacts if you want to reach out to me and actually have more conversation or get in touch regarding some potential partnerships, how we can work together. Feel free to do so. Also, just a heads up, we had spent nice week in Amsterdam, hanging out with Polkadot folks. So there was a Amsterdam event, and also there was a Parity gathering by Parity. So there will be more partnerships coming over, specifically with the ecosystem projects. And I think that synergies between ecosystem projects are just getting stronger, and definitely bring way more value to the ecosystem itself. And there will be more XM integration also coming over. So keep an eye on our announcements. Thank you very much for having me here. I think there will be more interesting talks today during the Polka Defiance event. And thank you very much for showing up.